Hello there. This is General Grievous, and you are watching the Cantina Club.
Scum and villainy, it's a wretched hive. But life ain't always teddy bears, fireworks, and high fives. The folks round here don't care for sand. Stick around long enough, you'll be lucky just to lose a hand. Singing Yum Num.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Cantina Club. This time we're going to revisit our ranking, only this time we're going to have a twist with it. It's been about 3 years since we've done this, or so we think. We can't remember the last time we did it, but we'll be right back after this and get right into it. Don't go anywhere.
We all know round here, Solo always does shots first. Singing Yum Num, raise your glass and sing Yum Num. Sing it with me, Yum Num. At the Cantina Club.
Wow, all right guys, we are back. And the subject matter that we're going to get into in just a moment is we are going to rank not only all the Star Wars films from our favorite to our least favorite, we are also going to throw in the added caveat of all of the Star Wars television shows that they've had. There's going to be 22 titles in all, and we're going to run through them. That's a lot. But first, before we get into that, we are going to start, as usual, with our Veriku segment. So, Gundark, why don't you start us off this week?
Okay, yeah. I've got a little set of stuff that is definitely Veriku. As we are recording this at the hottest part of the summer. And so I thought I would show this stuff to people who are just so wanting to get a break from me. I've got my little vacation kit for Hoth, Vacation Hoth, of stuff I've collected over the last year. I've got my Hoth ski resort.
Oh, nice. I love it.
hoodie, and somehow I'm wearing this in August.
Wow, yeah, only you would wear that in August.
Yeah. And then with it, my husband got me that for Christmas. And then with it, I've got my Tauntaun house shoes.
Oh, those are perfect. I love
Riders.
Yeah.
Here we go.
The other one's got to have Luke. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, they are
pre-Wampa Luke.
Yes.
Pre-Wampa Luke.
Yes, they will.
They're prequel
nice
shoes.
And warm and toasty, and then I can sit
Prequel
back
to the
and
Empire.
sip my Veriku drink in my Tauntaun tiki mug, which Greedo got for me at what was it, Pensacon or one of the recent conventions?
Yeah, it might have been Mississippi Con. I don't remember.
Yeah. So
it was Pensacon, probably.
I love it.
Pensacon.
Probably Pensacon, because I don't remember you getting Mississippi Con.
I remember a guy coming down. I remember a guy coming down and telling the vendor that the guests were wondering if they could get some of the tiki cups of their characters while we were there checking out. So that was funny.
Yeah,
nice.
that.
I love that. That's so cool.
Yeah, it's even got the saddle and everything.
Nice. Yeah, I love it.
Grumpy Tom.
All right. Anything else there, Gundark? Okay. What about you, Greedo? Anything this week?
Yeah, I'll throw in the Child
nice.
Retro Collection, which I stumbled across at GameStop and could not, like Spock, he literally could not believe his eyes or whatever. I could not believe that this was still in the store because I never find anything like that. And it's very neat, the retro design. It comes with the carrier and the kid and some kind of display. Is that a frog or something? Yeah, it's a frog that he can eat. And also, I don't know what that is. There's something else that it might be the stand that the carrier stand. I think it's the stand that the carrier stands on. And then I've also got in the same theme, which these characters may come up later. I have the Mandalorian and Child 6-inch Black Series figures, which again couldn't believe, but I actually pre-ordered it through Target, and Target actually sent it in a bulletproof, like 2 boxes with I actually packed it correctly, which from your ordeals with Amazon, how rare that is.
Oh boy, yeah, I had a lot of fun with that. I don't think I told Gundark about that, but yeah, I had two. I ordered the whole set of Bad Batch, like they all came separately, and two of them I had to send back because they
were the
came,
Funkos.
I had literally mashed them up like a wadded piece of paper. It's like
one of them was Rekka.
Yeah, one of them was
ironically.
Rekka was wrecked.
You got wrecked.
Rekka was wrecked. Great white shark, got him.
Right. Great white shark.
Looks like the bite of a great white radius there. Great white Amazon worker. What do you have?
All right. I just
Traitor.
I know you guys need to be sitting down for this. I've got a Star Wars T-shirt. I think it's my
first. Really?
I think it's my first ever. But I picked this up a couple weeks ago. Mando.
If you're seeing this T-shirt, if you're seeing this T-shirt, it means you're still alive. Surprisingly, I'm still alive.
That is nice.
Yeah, I like that one. I thought that was pretty
now,
nice.
where did that come from? Is it a Disney?
No, I got that one at Kohl's, actually.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, they have good deals on that. So they have a lot of Star Wars graphic shirts, and they're two for $20, so they're only $10 a piece, so it's not bad.
Very nice. Very cool.
Very cool. All right, so that brings us to another.
So we are continuing to be Star Wars soulless Star Wars merchandise consumers.
Absolutely.
Keeping them in business.
No
matter how disgruntled we may be at times, we continue to fork it over.
Right. So we're going to jump into it here. We have 22 titles that we're going to rank from what we consider our favorites to least favorite. This includes all the feature films and the TV films and television shows. So, and we're going to do this, like I said, in order from 1 to 22 instead of the normal, worst to best. We're going to do best to worst. So I guess I'll go ahead and jump in and start with round number 1. Best Star Wars ever for me, The Empire Strikes Back. And that is a secret to no one who knows me.
Right.
That is absolutely my favorite. The best Star Wars film ever made, best Star Wars anything. So that is my number 1. All right, Greedo, let's go to you.
The perfect blend of Vader and Han being cool at the same time. You can't resist.
I know. That's the best thing ever.
My number 1 Star Wars of all time, I'm going to stay consistent with my old list. It's Star Wars.
Okay.
I will not call it A New Hope because
that is not
how I remember it. And I'm not talking about the special edition, I'm talking about the original, but the special edition is fine. You just have to close your eyes for a few seconds.
Yeah.
Star Wars, it started it all. It's number 1 for me.
Right. And just to explain too, we're not differentiating between special editions and originals. We're not going to count those as separate films.
No, that would, don't even get me started. That would be impossible. That's impossible.
Exactly. That's impossible. Even for a computer.
Gundark, what's your number 1?
All right, Gundark.
My number 1 remains Empire, like Grand Moff Traitor, best Star Wars ever. I don't know that it can ever be topped. It deepened and darkened the whole hero journey. Yeah, there you go. The relationship between Luke and Vader, I just love the Luke and Vader deal, and best saber fight in the whole series to me.
Oh yeah, easy.
All right, go on to your number 2 while you're speaking.
Okay, number 2 then is Star Wars, which I also will say Star Wars rather than New Hope because that's how I knew it. Yeah.
Good choice.
Okay, my number 2 is The Empire Strikes Back. And it's, take your pick between 1 and 2, but
it really kind of is take your pick in a lot of ways.
We watched them both recently and they're both amazing. And so anyway, that's my second best.
Okay, excellent. All right, so for my second best, just to tick off Greedo, I'm going to say it's A New Hope.
It's not Revenge of the Sith, right?
I thought you were going to say Revenge of the
Sith, so yeah, I'm going to go with the original Star Wars film as my second favorite as well. Again, it really is almost tied with Empire Strikes Back. I just give a little bit of a nod to Empire Strikes Back because it's just got a little bit extra that I like about it. So it's kind of one of those intangibles you can't quite describe. It's just something that makes it better for me. All right. So my number 3rd choice is, drum roll please, a new entry, the Clone Wars TV show.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
Clone Wars TV show is the 3rd best Star Wars.
Is there a way to cancel you through Zoom?
Absolutely. It's not, it's
Can we
absolutely
just?
the case.
You deserve to be
Don't
homeless.
start with me. Do not start with me.
You deserve to have no career, no
This is
success,
all
and be
based on
homeless.
opinion, and no one is wrong.
Except you.
Holy.
Except you. You are wrong. Okay, at number 3, it's tempting and hard as it is not to put Clone Wars animated show in number 3. It is Return of the Jedi for me.
Okay.
Probably my favorite Star Wars movie, but being objective, it's my number 3.
Got it.
Okay, I am still stymied from Clone Wars being number 3. My number 3 is Jedi because the first 3 ought to be the original trilogy, Grand Moff Traitor. And before we move on to number 4, I gotta hear one thing from Grand Moff Traitor. There's one reason why Clone Wars is number 3, and not even Revenge of the Sith.
Just one reason why.
Number 3.
Give me something, some reason for this insanity.
Settle down, Gundark. Settle down. As Greedo is wont to say, cool your tits.
They're very cool.
She's wearing a Hoth shirt.
Very
wearing
cool.
a Hoth shirt. You need to cool down. It's the third best because, first of all, again, it is hard to compare a 7 or 8 season TV show to a film. And yes, I know it's animated versus live action. I know it's modern versus original. I get all that. It's just my preference. I love that show. I've literally watched it 6 times and over and over and over again all the way through. I love it. It's just so incredible. And I just love it. I don't know what else to say. It doesn't take anything away from Jedi. It doesn't mean I don't like Jedi.
Oh, it just bumps it down the list completely.
Down the list a little.
It's just something created in a computer is vastly superior to it. I understand. I get it.
All right.
Okay, we're moving on to number 4 now.
Yeah.
Number 4, Gundark.
Number 4 for me is Rogue One.
Okay.
Largely because of the spectacular space battle at the end. Just one of the best space battles in all of Star Wars. It's glorious.
Yes, number 4 for me is Rogue One as well.
Oh, okay. Well,
so Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, and Rogue One, nature and balance as it should be.
Yeah, well, we're going to make it a clean sweep because my number 4 is also Rogue One.
Wow, it upended Revenge of the Sith.
Yep.
Wow.
I told you were going to be surprised. Notice you still haven't had a Return of the Jedi sighting from me.
No, I still haven't. It's going to be under the Ewoks TV series. I know it.
Yeah, it's going to be definitely after that.
Yeah. Okay, so what's your number 5?
All right, number 5 is A Return of the Jedi.
Oh, finally.
So there it is. So at least it made the top 5. It may not be top 3, and I know that I've been, I'm dead in Gundark's eyes now.
I would like to know.
It's not top 3.
I would like to know: are there reasons why it just fell short of the Clone Wars cartoon?
The way you put that, is there a reason why it fell short of the children's cartoon?
is there? Okay, anyway, I don't want to hear your reasons because you're messed up.
I don't want to hear your reasons.
You're messed up. Silence. We're on number 5, right? My number 5, and this is very bizarre, very strange that I'm saying this before you, but it's Revenge of the Sith. That's my number 5.
Look at you.
Revenge of the Sith, yeah.
Wow,
it has gone up my list quite a bit.
Yeah, it's moved
Look
up.
at us changing our list. So
I've got some questions in a minute about that.
What's your number 5, Gundark?
My number 5 is Force Awakens. It remains up in the top 5 for me. It was when we were doing the movies. It was still remained very high for me, even after disappointment with the other sequel trilogy movies. I love Han Solo in that movie. I love being a girl Jedi Knight. I like the concluding scene. I know you guys have trouble with it, and I just try to forget how it's followed up in the subsequent movies, but I just still love that.
I do that too, especially with the sequel trilogy. I try to separate.
Just block it out.
Yeah, no, yeah.
And I'll allow the others to stain it.
Do the same thing, yeah.
It has enough wonderful things for a movie to keep it up in the top 5.
Spoiler alert, it was Palpatine the whole time. Who would have known? That's literally the last thing in mind when we saw that movie.
Okay, am I supposed to give my number 6 now?
Yes,
number
your
six.
number 6.
Okay. My number 6 is Mandalorian.
Yay.
I
We got up in the
was
top 10. Nice.
I was kind of debating between Force Awakens and Mandalorian, but just so much about Han Solo in Force Awakens, I can't give up. Mandalorian, though, Baby Yoda, awesome ensemble cast, incredible, wonderful little stories, and the conclusion of the second season just blew me away. So it's my number
fantastic.
6.
Good
Your number
choice.
6.
Good choice.
All right,
Greedo, what you got for number 6?
My number 6 might surprise you. It is the Clone Wars, the show.
Oh, what? You mean a cartoon
yes.
is in top 10?
To me, you'll see my next choice, they're interchangeable really, but I had to just give respect and props to the crazy amount of work and dedication and everything, money that went into Clone Wars cartoon. And I would love to know the full story behind it and why it happened, because it's almost inexplicable to me that, that it happened that way and that it came out that well. And so just out of respect for the years of work they put into it and everything, I'm putting number 6. And I enjoy watching it just as much as some of the other things on this list. So it deserves to be there.
Yeah, no, you know, you're preaching to the choir with me. So absolutely. All right, so my number 6 is in agreement with Gundark, The Mandalorian. So it easily made my top 10. It's just a great show. It's that show that we kind of dreamed of for years. You know, when we knew they were talking about a live action Star Wars series, and to me, it's delivered on all fronts. And it's continuing to amaze all the way up through obviously the season 2 finale, which just blew us all away, as we know. So definitely, The Mandalorian for me. All right, so coming in at number 7 is I'm just looking at Greedo, The Bad Batch. That is number 7 for me.
Where is Revenge of the Sith? Read your list so far. Let me bathe
so
it. Let me just bathe in the filth that is your list.
Okay.
Just spew it
so
forth.
Far, my list is The Empire Strikes Back, Star Wars,
great.
Wars, Rogue One,
What?
Jedi.
What was number 3?
Wow.
Here's your chat. No, I didn't hear it. Seriously, no. Okay. Start over.
Well, the Clone Wars.
Okay, that was number 3. All right.
Then Rogue One, Return of the Jedi, The Mandalorian, and The Bad Batch.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And,
so
the Bad Batch is just I know we're only in season 1. We haven't even finished the first season. We still have an episode to go.
It jumped the Sith. It jumped the Sith.
So it's phenomenal. It's that kind of show I dreamed of as a kid. You know, it's the hopefully seeing one day. So
you dreamed of Omega as a kid?
I did.
Oh.
I dreamed of small.
This is for you then.
Going to be the leader of a group of defective clones. So.
I do have one question for you. What's wrong?
What's
wrong with you? No, anyway, number 7 for me. We're on number 7, right? Just so we're all on the same page. Is The Mandalorian, for obvious reasons. You know, we're old school, so this could easily be for some people number 1. I mean, it could be the only Star Wars they've seen. Baby Yoda's brought a whole new audience in, or reinforced a new audience and brought interest. The technology is amazing. Everything about it has been amazing so far. The only thing that isn't cool is they put it off a year, but hopefully that just will mean the quality stays at a high level, and it very easily deserves to be at number 7, and that's where I got it.
Okay, good choice, good choice. All right, what's your number 7, Gundark?
Clone Wars TV show.
Nice.
Clone Wars, and I am now in the 5th season, working my way through it, and it just gets better and better. It might even hop up further. I don't know. I might change by the time I get to the end.
Don't get excited, Carillion.
don't tell Greedo.
Don't get cocky.
It will send to number 3, but I think why it's way above the prequel, any of the movies from the prequel trilogy for me, because it retcons them so beautifully. It does everything the prequel movies should have done that I wish they had done. And so it's just wonderful television, a lot of fun. Like it's great Star Wars to me, and I love the character of Ahsoka. I'm liking her more and more and more, and it really makes me look forward to the new TV show with her.
Oh, agreed. Yeah.
This is where our format is just for fun, because you can't compare 7 seasons of a show to 1 2-hour movie.
To 1 2 hours. Yeah,
can't. The stakes are not the same. They always have another episode to correct something that you don't like.
Right.
You know, they have all kinds of time to correct the ship and do cool things. They don't have to cut so much and say no to so many things as a 2-hour movie does.
Yeah.
And they get to tell tons of stories. So but anyway, I was just saying that. But that's what we're doing. we're doing apples and oranges all in the same batch.
This way.
All right, what's your number 8, Gundark?
All right, so
or is it number 9? Number 9. I'm sorry.
Is it number?
No,
8?
it's number 8.
It's number 8. Number 8 is the Clone Wars movie. And I had to put it and the TV show together because the Clone Wars movie just seemed like an extended story arc from the TV show. I'm not exactly sure why it was released as a separate movie. It was as good as any of the good story arcs in the TV show. It had some great battle sequences, action sequences, beautiful animation. It had the meeting of Ahsoka and Anakin for the first time, which I thought was interesting. And then it had a scene of Obi-Wan on Tatooine, which kind of made me look forward to the new Obi-Wan TV series, and a scene of Obi-Wan drinking tea that just proved how posh that he is.
He's very posh in that, yeah.
Yes, I enjoyed it.
I have to ask you a
series.
question, Gundark.
Mm-hmm.
When did you see the Clone Wars movie?
Just this past week, when we decided to do this, I watched
that explains a lot. Okay.
Okay, wow.
he saw it back in the day, you know.
Because of the three of us, I'm the only one that actually
witness?
saw it in the theater when it was first released.
I saw the poster and decided not to go. I gave it a
Well,
pass.
yeah, that when I never
Based
saw
on the
it
poster.
In the theater.
Yeah,
And
I saw it in the
don't think
theater and I
people
just
who did not know Clone Wars, I think wouldn't enjoy it. It's just like it jumps into the middle of the story, like it's just a story arc taken directly out of the TV show.
It's
And if you
jarring.
enjoy the TV
From the
show,
character
it's good.
design to everything,
Yeah, well,
it's
and
just jarring.
that's
You
the
know,
thing. Like for me,
eased into it.
it's Ahsoka at her whiniest. She was so unbelievably annoying in that, and that's your first dose of her. I literally walked out of that theater going, "What is this? Is the state of Star Wars right now?"
Right.
then,
Oh,
They saddle Vader with a kid, you know. It's
I
like,
would have watched 8 seasons of a show like that and think it's the greatest thing ever. I would have thought you were insane.
Well, see, what's interesting, I think, and maybe the difference in what we're seeing is that I'm in the middle of the television show right now, and that just feels like it was an episode.
some episodes,
TV
yeah.
show.
Yeah, like more episodes to watch.
This is the way I see it, and I think Greedo agrees with me because we kind of talked about this on a previous episode. You already know how Ahsoka turns out.
Yeah.
So looking at her that way, you're like,
You can
oh,
tolerate it, yeah. It's like part of her character progression.
That's all you had. It was like, oh, this is the worst.
Yeah.
So was the movie released before the television show came out?
Yeah, it came out like a year before the TV show.
Okay, no.
That was the first Clone Wars thing ever released. Yeah.
No, that wouldn't work. You'd be so confused. No.
That poster and the stuff I saw from it put me off of Clone Wars for years because I just did not like the character designs at all. I didn't like the direction they were going.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you have to. It's an acquired taste. Unless you take to it immediately, you have to sit down and give it a chance, which is well worth it when you do.
Right.
My number 8 is The Force Awakens. And I enjoyed it for what it was at the time, and the relaunch Star Wars got a lot of people interested, and so at number 8, it's a quality movie. Well done.
Okay. All right. My number 8 is Rebels, the TV show Rebels.
Nice.
Which is a show that's grown on me. I'm actually currently watching it all the way through for only the second time, and I'm noticing that I appreciated it the first time. I'm really enjoying it better the second time. I mean, several notches up. So Rebels comes in at number 8 for me. So number 9, Revenge of the Sith. There it is.
What?
We're down to number 9.
Yeah, number 9 is Revenge of the Sith.
Can somebody look up our last video where we did this and tell me where if I could swear Revenge of the Sith, it was in front of Rogue One and Return of the Jedi.
Yep. Yes, it was.
Why did you cave? Could you just not take the scorn anymore, or did you see the light?
No, it's not the scorn. It's not the scorn.
Did you finally watch the movie? Is that what happened? You actually watched it, didn't you?
That's a movie that's be up and down for me. there are times I watch it and it annoys the crap out of me, and there's times I watch it and I think it's great.
Yeah. So right now you're
right now I'm just kind of in a mood about it.
You want to see the Omega prequel and the Omega sequel over watching Revenge of the Sith one more time. I got you.
All right. So number 8, Rebels. Number 9, Revenge of the Sith. So what's your number 9, Greedo?
My number 9 is Backstroke of the West. No, I'm just kidding. It's we're not going that obscure.
No.
We're not throwing in prequel memes. Number 9 is Solo.
Okay.
And take your pick. Again, we're getting into a gray area for me, but I'll put Solo in there. And this is the first live action Star Wars movie that I skipped going to when everybody else went on opening weekend, because I was stung by the one before that. So
yeah.
But give credit where it's due. It's a solid middle of the road movie for me, and put it at number 9, Solo.
Okay. All right.
Dark.
So let's
Yeah,
go
my number
Gundark.
9. I agree with Last Emperor Greedo, Solo, basically for the same reasons, and also for Donald Glover as young Lando, because I'm so looking forward to a series. I hope that he will be cast in the TV series.
Yeah.
So
I think we can all agree so far, everything we've gone over has something redeeming about it. Even if you were kind of offended by Solo, you didn't want to see a young Han or something. Donald Glover was great. Chewbacca's storyline was great in it. Jonas was great in it. There's things to like about everything we've said so far. So just pointing that out. There may come a day when that can't be said. So what's your number 10?
My number 10 is this is really close to Grand Moff Traitor here, Revenge of the Sith.
Okay.
One of the prequel movies made it into the top 10 for me, and that one, whereas it's dropped in rankings somehow for the Traitor through watching, it's gone up for me through repeated viewing. I've been enjoying it more and more, especially the last half hour, 45 minutes of it, when the Emperor reveals his true colors.
Right.
Yeah, none of us understand it, but Carillion Traitor just seems to have lost the will to live. So
exactly.
I can't explain it.
The first song is noticing that Revenge of the Sith has dropped down.
Right. His will to live was attached to that movie. Number 10 for me, we're on 10, right?
Yeah.
Is Rebels, the animated series. And this has its fans, and a lot of people would have it way up their list. For me, the decline in quality from Clone Wars to Rebels was too distracting.
Yeah,
the Disneyfication of it, as far as it being, even the darkness of Clone Wars was nowhere to be found for a long time in Rebels. And so, as an adult, it wasn't aimed at me, and so it didn't totally land with me.
True.
So Rebels at 10, still a good show though, and has its fans. But space whales and helicopter lightsabers just don't.
Yeah, I know.
Work for me all the time.
I'm not a fan of the helicopter lightsabers.
Right.
Okay. All right. So my number 10 is The Force Awakens. Easily the best of the sequel trilogy. Definitely, it's still watchable for me, unlike some of the others, which we will get to. I definitely still like a lot of that. But yeah, so number 10 is Force Awakens. Number 11 is, and this has actually gone fairly high up the list compared to last time, if you look back, The Phantom Menace. I put that at number 11. That's one that kind of like the opposite of Revenge. I've been watching Revenge of the Sith, and it's kind of gone down. I've been watching Phantom Menace. I'm like, I'm appreciating it. Maybe it's just, I'm sure it's just a nostalgic thing, remembering how I felt at the time and how I liked it. But yeah, it's definitely gone up the list to number 11 at this point.
It's my number 11 is it's me next, right?
Yeah.
Is the Phantom Menace as well.
Oh, okay.
It is what it is, and it does have some rewatch value, especially if you're at home and you can skip parts or go do something else during a part you don't like. Its flaws were well documented, and we're talking about 22 items here. It's right in the middle. That's a little surprising, but it is what it is. When I'm going over this list, that's what I came up with. Phantom Menace at number 11. Gundark?
You're good.
My number 11 is Rebels, the TV show. And I'm in an interesting position compared to what Greedo was saying about his reaction to the show. is that I am now watching it. I'm almost at the end of the first season, as I'm also watching Clone Wars, and I like the different tone, the tone shift between the two. I like the darkness of Clone Wars. Felt more like a deepening of what George Lucas was trying to do with the prequel trilogy, and Rebels feels more like the first Star Wars film. You know, it's lighthearted fun. And I've gotten to the point where they introduced Lando Calrissian in just a fantastic episode called The Idiot's Array, which is just, it was so wonderful. Billy D. Williams was so great voicing the character. So it just kind of brings back some of the fun of the first Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We all know round here, Solo always does shots first. Singing Yum Num, raise your glass, and sing Yum Num. Sing it with me.
So that was 11. Now do I go to 12?
Yeah.
Bad Batch is number 12 for me. Rebels, I think, is up a little above Bad Batch just because it has original trilogy characters in it. And Bad Batch hasn't yet had the strong enough connection, I think, with the other stuff to me to pull me in as much. But I did love the conclusion of the first season of Bad Batch. And it's got super animation. Wonderful performance by the guy who does the voices of all the clones. Just incredible. Yeah. How he can differentiate between different characters that are supposed to be basically the same is amazing. So very, very good Star Wars animated show. I'm really enjoying it.
Okay, so we're on number 12.
Number 12.
Yeah.
My number 12 is Bad Batch as well. Again, this could be a little unfair because it's a work in progress, and here we are when we're recording this. There's one episode left in the first season. It's been renewed for a second season, and it has nothing but a bright future ahead of it. So we'll see. But right now, I'm very pleased with it. It's infinitely watchable, but it hasn't grabbed me enough to move it up above any of the other things ahead of it so far. So 12, Bad Batch.
Okay, good choice. Good
What
choice.
about you, Carillion?
All right, so for me, number 12 is Solo, and this is a movie for me that I don't know. It's like sometimes I love it, sometimes I'm just like, come on, and I don't know. But it's never terrible, but it's never like great either. It's just kind of middle of the road. It kind of like what kind of Greedo described as kind of a middle of the road, okay movie. Not great, not terrible, just kind of in the middle. So Solo for me comes in at number 12. Number 13 for me is Clone Wars the movie. Again, you would think it would be higher because why wouldn't it be attached to Clone Wars, kind of like what Gundark did, she had them back to back. But for me, it's that whole stigma of I saw it first and it just left such a bad taste in my mouth, even though now I can go back and watch it and I have no problem with it. But there's part of it that just pushes it down a little bit for me. So Clone Wars movie comes in at number 13 for me. All right, Greedo, what's your 13?
I'm experiencing a crisis of conscience as we actually have to announce our number 13, because like I said in a text to you guys earlier, at a certain point on this list, you feel like you're that cat from Saturday Night Live driving off the cliff and you have no control of the vehicle. And so I don't know if I know what I have to do, but I don't know if I have the courage to do it. Or whatever that line was. Anyway, I'll just stick with what's on my list here, but boy, this is painful. Number 13 is Rise of Skywalker. And the reason I remember now the reason I put it there. Billy D. Williams. That's why I put it there. Enough said. It was his moment. It was just a moment. It wasn't enough. It should have been more. And he should have been in the others, but it was great to see him. And so I could, but right now I'm not going to bump any lower. It's number 13. Okay. Rise of Skywalker. Gundark, what you got?
My 13 is Phantom Menace. And my 14 is Rise of Skywalker. Billy D. Williams, and I don't know, it couldn't get higher on the list for me because of the goofy Emperor plotline. I love having the Emperor back, but it was just so over the top insane. Just
sometimes you got to be careful what you wish for.
It was
too much of a good thing.
It was just ridiculous. Like I said before, Revenge of the Return of the Jedi on Afro, like weird. So that's my 13 and 14 Phantom Menace.
Okay. All right, number 14, Greedo.
Number 14 for me is the Clone Wars movie. It did come out early, and the animation style, though I appreciate it more now, is still not fully developed into what the Clone Wars glory days became.
Yeah.
I do love the scene. There's always things to appreciate about everything, and I think it's a passable, Clone Wars story now. There's nothing wrong with it. But I do love the scene where Obi-Wan negotiates with the Separatist general and kind of plays Brer Rabbit and gets he's not really using the mind trick per se, but he's convincing him to just trick him into going along with what he wants. Exactly. I thought that was pretty clever. I remember that scene from it. So anyway, number 14, Clone Wars, the movie.
All right, good call. All right, so number 14 for me is Rise of Skywalker, for the same reasons you guys mentioned. To me, it's obviously, it's not quite Force Awakens, but it's still watchable for me. It's a movie I do still look at occasionally. And Billy D. Williams being there, again, like Greedo said, he should have been in all three. But at least we got him in that film. And I love, again, I just, there's some standout moments in the film, like the scene between Harrison Ford and Adam Driver. I just
that's
love that scene. That's so great. But yeah, so Rise of Skywalker comes at number 14. All right, number 15, Attack of the Clones is number 15. And I know I'm getting looks, and
no, it's fine.
But the reason is, had you looked at what we've got left?
I have.
There's really not. We're getting to that bottom, the sludge at the bottom.
Yeah, we still have like 7 or 8 left, and we're in the sludge.
We're already in the sludge.
It's sad.
All right, so I'm starting the sludge at 15, Attack of the Clones. All right, what's your 15, Greedo?
No, it's like, if you're gonna drink cyanide, do you want lemon flavored or cherry, or it's still cyanide. Number 15 for me, and I'm setting the bar. I'm coming in hot, just setting the bar for everything to come. It's the Star Wars Holiday Special.
Oh, and, what?
It is number 15.
You just completely contradicted yourself from 2 episodes ago. You said that was the worst of everything.
I stand by everything I've ever said about it, but it is still number 15 for me. And I almost put it at number 13 just now, ahead of Rise of Skywalker and Clone Wars, the movie, but I just couldn't bring myself to do it because I am firing shots, but I don't know that I want to go that far firing my shots. So, but yeah, Star Wars Holiday Special. Listen, just close your eyes and listen. Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher, Harrison Ford, Peter Mayhew,
and Wookiee porn.
Peter Mayhew, original trilogy Stormtroopers, the Millennium Falcon. I mean, what? How could it be not? How could it be as low as 15? But how could it be as high as 15?
Why isn't it top 5?
Am I high for putting it at 15? Anyway, it's at 15.
Wow. All right. Well, moving on.
B. Arthur fans in the house. Never has Harvey Korman appeared so untalented. He's a comedian.
All right, I don't know how we can continue from that, Gundark, but
I don't know. I am so stunned. I don't. Are we doing 15 now?
Yeah, 15.
My 15.
She said, are we at 22 or 3 already?
Exactly.
Are we off this list?
I think we skipped a whole bunch of. My 15 is The Last Jedi, which I think might have been lower on the list, but the death of Luke Skywalker was beautifully realized, and it was beautifully shot. There were beautiful images of some of the original trilogy characters, but I didn't like the storyline at all.
Yeah.
Last Jedi, number 15.
Reminds me of the death scene of Belloc in Raiders of the Lost Ark. It's beautiful.
Yeah, very similar.
Do I give my number 16?
The
Yeah.
entire
Number
audience
16.
melted.
Okay, see, this was my debate, Last Jedi and Attack of the Clones, and that just shows you how far that would be like, which one comes first, Last Jedi or Attack of the Clones? It's
Yeah.
kind of a toss-up for me, but I put Attack of the Clones below Last Jedi just because, the
Okay.
horrific dialogue and
Painful. Absolutely painful.
Yeah.
It's just excruciating because like all these years later, it's still just
Yeah.
you know what I can't
Cringe,
get used to it. It's so bad. Still skin crawling.
Okay, what is your number 16, Grandma?
No, that's
You're skipping me. I've just lost all privileges. I've lost all privileges.
Yeah, you've lost privileges as always.
You have to understand the taste of the Rhodian people. It's just different. It's just different. We love holidays. That elevates things. All right, number 16 for me is Ewoks Battle for Endor, the television
okay,
opus.
not the cartoon.
The conclusion, the amazing conclusion to the Ewoks trilogy saga.
What is even happening right now?
And you know, Wilford Brimley pre-diabetes is he's bringing it. And the first gay Star Wars universe character is in that movie too as well. And it's number 16, Ewoks Battle for Endor.
Okay, I mean,
Sure. Joe Johnston was second unit director, so it has to be number 16. There you go. His name is on my wall. He signed on my wall.
Wow.
So
all right.
It's number 16. What you got at 16?
Number 16 for me is The Last Jedi. And I think we all know why, because it's awful. Like I said, we're already
it's no holiday special.
We're already into the sludge. So Last Jedi.
It tastes awful.
Number 17, I know we'll meet with an agreement from Greedo. That is Resistance. That is my number 17.
Okay.
Yeah, not a great show. Obviously,
Last Jedi clawed its way above Resistance somehow.
Yeah, somehow. I mean, I get it that it's geared towards 6-year-olds. It's like Saturday morning cartoon level. But even then, it was still just wasn't great. Just wasn't great. So fortunately, the second season pulled it up a little bit in my eyes, but it still just wasn't great. So number 17 is Resistance. All right, what's your 17, Greedo?
I can't endorse anything that is aimed at half the age of the audience of the things that I like. You know, I like things aimed at 12-year-olds, and I cannot get behind things aimed at 6-year-olds.
Right.
Okay, we're on 17?
17.
Yeah.
And I can't read my own handwriting, but it looks like Ewok's cock is what it looks like. In my scribble, so whatever that is, I guess I'm ranking Ewok's cock now.
Oh God! Right when I'm drinking. Thank you.
I didn't even know they had one. It could be in the back behind their zipper. I don't know. No, zooming in on the screen, I can see it's actually Ewok's.
It's Caravan of Courage.
Caravan of Courage. That's it. COC. Caravan of Courage. Yeah. A movie I haven't seen in 35 freaking years is number 17 on my list. Because I can still imagine that it's better than what is following. I haven't had to watch it. Still, that's my number 17.
All right, number 17, Gundark.
Resistance. Just like Curly and Chater.
It's futile.
Basically for the same reasons. Even Oscar Isaac doing the voice of Poe Dameron couldn't save it. It's just too child Saturday morning cartoon, 6-year-old at best.
Right.
So,
understandable.
Maybe even an insult to 6-year-old. I don't know. I wasn't impressed with it at all.
No. All right. Well, what's your number 18?
My number 18 is Droids. Which
it's almost like we're related.
Yeah, it probably, I don't know, Droids and Resistance probably could be switched. Droids, I remember from the time when it was first on television. I went back and looked at the first episode of it before we recorded, and it's still basically about what I remembered. It's like, and mostly for kids, although a little bit better than some of the other stuff that we're going to talk about. I got weird animation style, look almost like the Heavy Metal movie.
It like really was. Yeah, that's actually a really good comparison.
Yeah, that was the one thing about it that was striking to me, is animation style.
Yeah, someone hand drew that.
Yeah, exactly.
They took the time to hand draw all the panels and everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's number 18.
Okay, and my number 18 is Droids as well. It has the voice of Anthony Daniels, who I have mixed feelings about on a good day, but nevertheless, he's talented. He's incredibly talented, and so it has the Lucasfilm sound effects, and it was hand drawn. It's number 18.
Okay.
It's no holiday special or Ewok cock, but it's
clearly not.
but it's
right. My number 18 is the Star Wars Holiday Special. And the only reason it's above all the other crap I haven't mentioned yet is because of the same reason Greedo mentioned. It's got the original cast in it. And original stormtroopers, that kind of stuff. So
if you ever wanted to see Princess Leia high on cocaine,
right,
and Luke Skywalker looking absolutely traumatized, and Han Solo trying to act with stuffed animals, unresponsive stuffed animals, this is your thing. Your chance.
Oh boy. Okay. So
first Star Wars musical as well. Can't forget that. It will be on Broadway at some point, or off Broadway at least.
All right, so number 18, the Star Wars Holiday Special. Number 19 is Droids. So we've already discussed why. It's just
we're just wading through the shit now, looking for any pearls.
It's up to about here now. All right, so number 19 is Droids. What's your 19, Greedo?
19 is Resistance, and enough said.
Okay.
I never finished it, so again, sorry, apologies, because I understand it gets better. It gets better from awful. I just
better from terrible garbage.
Just couldn't take it. I just couldn't do it. So I doubt I'll ever do it. I just said there's got to be something better to do with life than to watch the end of Resistance. So I just have to believe that. So it will remain at number 19 probably for me. What about you, Gundark?
All right, number 19.
My 19 is Ewok Cock. Caravan of Courage. Caravan of Courage. Now, not that one doesn't have the Wilford Brimley. That's the one with the Ewoks actually speak Ewokese, and little kids are stranded on the planet. But it had Burl Ives narrating it. That was it was like an Ewok documentary or something. And I wrote down one other thing.
They need to get Richard Attenborough to come back and narrate it. That would be hilarious.
That acting in it is just so atrocious. I mean, it's maybe worse than Attack of the Clones. It's just horrible. And then the puppetry. What happened with the special effects? There's a scene of a giant spider where they made no effort to cut out the wires, the strings. They're holding it up and stuff like bouncing on the strings. So,
caravan of no effort.
Ewok Caravan of Courage.
Ooh, okay, good choice. All right, so
my number 20 follows up Ewok Battle for Endor.
Okay.
Largely for the
back
same
to back.
reasons.
I dare you to watch this back to back.
I think it's worse, maybe a little worse, because the Ewoks speak English and their mouths move in that one. So that one is like super creepy with it. And the child's whole family is killed at the beginning.
Wicked disrobe. Wicked disrobe.
I do want to say one thing. These had to have been made for like 4-year-olds, so maybe, I'm not even 6-year-old. And I think I got evidence of this because, and I messaged you guys about this. The guy who directed the new movie, The Green Knight, the Arthurian legend movie about Sir Gawain and the Green Knight, actually in an interview cited Ewok's Caravan of Courage as an inspiration for a scene in the film. So I had to go back and look up this guy's age, and he was 4 years old when that movie came out.
Okay.
That's it. That's the only audience that these movies could be even remotely.
Right. Okay. All right. Understandable. That makes sense.
So those are my 19 and 20.
That's 19 and 20. All right, what's your 20, Greedo?
They're right. They're light. They are fighting for their rights. They're Ewoks. Lying mangled on the forest floor. They're also living in the crawl space, waiting on Uncle Dengar.
Yeah, exactly. Living in a crawl.
Just drop acid and just read the titles of the episodes. You don't have to watch it. Just drop acid and read the titles, and you'll have a better experience than actually watching Ewoks, the animated series. Horrible, the horror. The horror. That's it, number 20 for me.
All right,
and we still have a couple left to go.
So my number 20 is Ewoks as well. Just garbage. So I mean, we're so deep in the sludge now, I can't even see out. It's so awful. All right, number 21. There's a theme here. Ewoks, Caravan of Courage. So bad at 21. Just move on, Greedo. What you
just think the Empire destroyed Alderaan and Jeddah and spared Endor.
Yes, exactly. Thanks for that, guys.
Yeah, way to go, Empire. What are we? 21.
21.
We're down to it now. 21. Attack of the Clones. It is. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces below the Star Wars Holiday Special on my list. It's one spot from the bottom. What can I do?
So when we get done with this,
I try to elevate it and nothing works. It's just
so when we get done recording, are we going to do a Attack of the Clones watch party?
Sure, yeah. If it's the Jedi dance party, we can do that.
All right, so
DJ Dooku.
Why? Okay, just quickly, why?
No, I'm not going to answer that. Everybody knows why. Will you submit to a CT scan to see if you have half a brain before I answer that question? Do your eyes and ears still work?
Oh.
Watch it. It's number 21. It ain't going nowhere.
Okay.
All right, this is your final say, Gundark.
It's
21.
My 21 and 22. Ewoks 21. Holiday special 22 holiday special, and for all the reasons you guys wanted to put it higher, it has Luke, it has Leia, it has Han, it is a horror. It is a masterpiece of agony. It is just you
don't like seeing Chewbacca and Princess Leia and everybody in clan robes climbing the ladder into space and singing at their bizarre cultish ceremony. You don't enjoy that? It's the culmination.
And Diane Carroll performing Wookiee porn and Lumpy and
this sounds great to me.
Go on and on, you know.
This sounds fantastic. Yeah, first appearance of Boba Fett.
Yeah,
so take
we know
that.
Greedo. We know you love it.
Oh, the worst Star Wars ever made. The worst. Now, having said that, I will say that I would rather watch it than Ewoks, just because it is so bizarre, and I like sometimes just being overwhelmed. It also has the virtue of being shorter by a long stretch. There you go. But still, it's got to be. It is the worst ever made. It's the worst ever made.
All right.
That's my
there you go. There you have it.
Sorry,
all right, what's your dead last 22?
22, The Last Jedi. Sorry. Sorry. I was looking on the internet and at people's lists when I just trying to find, and nobody really had an updated list of all this stuff we're doing. Some people had this movie as high as like number 2 on their list, and I can respect that and understand it. I'm not going to argue with them because the movie does take risks. The movie is artistic. There's lots of good things you can say about it, but try watching it. Just try watching it.
Just try watching it.
Try being me and watching it. It's just doubling your unpleasant experience.
It's probably it's a much better movie on paper.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
It's unreal. The bad parts are unrelentingly bad.
Yeah.
And it never takes off and never allows you to enjoy it. And if you're a Kylo Ren fan, if you're a new fan and you just like Kylo Ren, I can't imagine Rey fans loving it too much because it's a frustrating story for her, in my opinion. But Kylo Ren is kind of the hero of the movie. So if you're a Kylo Ren fan, I can see really this being one of your favorites. But
yeah,
as a Luke Skywalker fan, it was too much. It's just too much. I understand wanting to change and be bold. Just don't do it right there. It was the wrong, bad timing. And I think it's ultimately evidence to me that the sequel trilogy was rushed, and that's all I'm going to say. So it's at the bottom. You know, this list I took with a grain of salt, and I'm not being real objective with it. I'm doing my list. So
yeah, exactly.
It is several spots below the holiday special. It's like 6 spots below.
Brilliant.
All right, so my dead last is Ewoks: The Battle for Endor. All I have to say is Ewoks speaking English. That sums up all you need to know about that piece of business.
What was your 21?
21 was Caravan of Courage.
What was 20?
So literally my last 3 were Ewoks, Caravan of Courage, and Battle for Endor. All 3 Ewoks, right? Bring up the rear. The bottom of the sludge pit.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
All right.
Well, that makes me question my life.
Yeah, we actually made it through, guys. Good job.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. And so in 3 more years, we'll do another update.
I'm looking at all the posters behind me and questioning my choices after going through that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if we do wait 3 years, we should have another 4 or 5 series to add to that list. So
yes.
Yeah.
Let's hope they're flooding the top. Let's hope.
Yeah.
Let's hope. It really is.
The top gets flooded.
There's nowhere to go but up as far as quality content. You know, it's they really have a big open field of things they can do. And so let's hope it all most of it stays in the upper. There's going to be stuff that we personally don't like. You know, like I said, is The Last Jedi such a bad movie that deserves to be at the bottom of any list? Maybe not. You know, objectively, maybe not. But I'm putting it there for me. You know,
right.
As we're talking about Star Wars. To me, it's not a Star Wars movie. So
yeah, this is just an opinion. It's just your personal preference.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
and it's the only, you know, I'm traumatized. It's the only control I can assert is ranking it. So I'm asserting my control.
Right. Exactly. All right. Well, that was good. All right, that was an interesting list. I have to credit Greedo for the idea of throwing in the TV series with that.
I feel ashamed now. That was
on the movies, but I think this threw an extra wrench into it that made it more interesting. So I enjoyed that. That was good. All right. Any final thoughts you guys have before we sign out for this week?
It seems like around 15 is where the BMX goes off the cliff with the rider.
The sludge level starts.
It seems like it. Does it seem like it to you?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's pretty close to that. Yeah.
Really, 13 to 15, it starts getting really questionable. And shortly, I think I said after you get to Clone Wars, the movie, you're in a bad space after that. You're in the uncharted territories.
Yeah.
Lost. Forever lost.
Forever lost.
All right. So that was good. Now someone has to go to the trouble of typing all that up.
Yeah, that would be
me. 3 different times. I'll send you my list. So.
Okay. Yeah, that'll work.
You can just look real quick. Look.
Just memorize it. Okay, got it.
Got it? All right. Ewok right there. I really couldn't read it for a minute. I was like, what? What is that?
Nice. All right. Well, any final thoughts, Gundark?
No, take us out of here.
All right, guys.
Remember we ended on the bad stuff, but remember the good stuff at the top of the list.
Yeah, remember the good stuff at the top. But yeah, guys, you know the drill. Leave us a like, hit subscribe, leave us some comments. Let us know what you think. Give us your list if you have a differing opinion, which I'm sure you do. Give us some comments, and we can have a back and forth on it. And until next time, we'll see you then. Take care, guys.
Peace.
Scum and villainy. it's a wretched hive.
Our very own Big Greedo.
But life ain't always
Every show's
teddy
got a
bears,
baby.
fireworks, and high fives. Folks round here don't care for
Yeah,
stand. Stick around long enough, you'll be lucky just to lose a hand. Singing yum num. Raise your glass and sing yum num. Yum num. At the Cantina Club.
Obi-Wan was just being the biggest prick ever. Like, they have to learn to die on their own.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll
You
give
would be
them
the total
weapons, we'll
prick in
train them, but we can't interfere.
We cannot help them. They must all die bloody deaths.
Anakin,
To learn a
Anakin's like,
lesson.
I've come up with this great idea, Master. We have all these extra weapons lying around from dead clones. Let's just airdrop them on these people and turn them into rebels. You mean terrorists? No, rebels.
You mean terror.
Let them sow fear and devastation and destruction and division amongst our enemies. It's a great idea. It's a win-win. And Obi-Wan's like, I don't know, Anakin. It's very immoral. And then all of a sudden, Mace Windu's like, it has some merit. And Yoda's like, careful, we would have to be. Not to be traced to us, it should be. And then Obi-Wan's like, yes, well, we could try it. And then they spend 6 episodes trying it or whatever.
Exactly.